Welcome to Cruise News Central with Joseph.
7. No one thought it was cool. Everyone thinks you're dumb for doing it. Bailey, a cruise passenger on Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas, decided to jump off the pier in Juneau, Alaska while the ship was docked. Here are 7 reasons why she's the stupidest person this week. 1. The water's polluted and gross. 2. It's Alaska. Water's freezing there, and you could get hypothermia in minutes. 3. There could be steel rods, broken chunks of sharp wood, and a million other dangers in the water. 4. Electricity could be present in the water. 5. You could be fined or jailed for jumping in. 6. Your desperation for attention is out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, I got nearly 1 million views in just a few days on the video you just saw. This was on a different social media that I won't name here, but it starts with an I and ends with an M. This is by far the most views that I've received on any single video. What surprised me is how much hate I got in the comments for pointing out the many dangers that could have affected this girl. So anyway, I want to clarify a few things. 1. Electricity in marina water is a real issue. It's known as electric shock drowning, otherwise known as ESD. It happens when faulty wiring from boats or docks leaks electricity into the water, and this current can cause paralysis and drowning. It's real. Marine water, even in beautiful, pristine Alaska, is often really polluted and gross. The water is far too cold to be safe, and there are often remnants of old docks and structures that could literally impale you if you jump into the wrong spot. Hey, I don't want anyone to miss out on living their best life. So do what you gotta do. But I'm standing by my claim that this wins the Stupidest Thing of the Week award. Oh, and head over to that other social media platform and give me a follow, will ya? It's embracetoday_travel. It seems like Carnival Cruise Line has been dominating the cruise news space for the last week, and not really for good reasons. Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that Carnival is revamping their loyalty program in a really unpleasant way. Also, Netflix just released a documentary about one of the worst cruises that ever happened in the history of cruises, and it was on a Carnival ship. And then today, Carnival announced they're going to be canceling the July 6th sailing of the Carnival Liberty due to labor issues at a shipyard in Europe. Let's get into it. That's right. The Carnival Liberty, currently in dry dock, was moved from Cadiz, Spain to Marseille, France, after labor disputes that delayed its refurbishment. Passengers were notified just 2 weeks before departure the cancellation for this July 6th sailing. Carnival, as a consolation, is giving all guests a full refund and a future cruise credit. Carnival will also cover up to $200 per person for non-refundable airfare. The ship's next sailing, July 13th, is out of New Orleans, and is supposed to go on as scheduled. Let's hope. In one of the most disgusting, yet definitely worth watching movies I've ever seen, Netflix has released a documentary called Trainwreck. It's all about the infamous poop cruise from 2013. We're gonna dive into that hot mess in a moment, but first, some good cruise news. Royal Caribbean is launching what they're calling their amplification program. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, it appears to be a fancy way of saying they're gonna invest some money into upgrading a few of their ships. Jay Schneider, Royal Caribbean's Chief Product Innovation Officer, said, "Our Royal Amplified program brings the best of Royal Caribbean directly to our guests, with new culinary options, thrilling experiences, and top-tier entertainment, all backed by the hospitality and service we're known for." After the incredible success and guest satisfaction that we saw with the Allure of the Seas amplification, we're thrilled to bring 3 more transformations to our fleet in 2026. Expect a mix of new thrills, relaxing escapes, bolder dining options and drink options, next level nightlife, and more ways to stay. The 3 ships that are getting the amplification are the Ovation, the Liberty, and the Harmony of the Seas. The truly harsh news of Carnival Cruise Line stripping away loyalty status, unless you can manage to buy it back, has hit me and my wife pretty hard. I consider my wife Emily to not only be my better half, but more like my better 3/4. She is really something, and she has put together what I think is the best explanation of the new Carnival loyalty program on YouTube. It's linked in the description, and it'll be at the end screen of this video. You should definitely watch it if you want to be in the know. For me, the news of losing the Carnival VIFP loyalty program inspired me in a different kind of way. Here's the video. Oh, I sailed with Carnival, sailed so long, with a sea shanty heart and a cruiser's song. I racked up my points through the sun and the squall, dreaming of Diamond, the grandest of all. They promised me perks and said, "You're ours for life. No worries, no hurries, no trouble, no strife." But one day they hollered, "We're changing the game. Loyalty's fine, but cash spend's the same. Now, it's all about the dollars you drop on their boat. Not the years that you gave him or the love that you wrote. My Diamond's demoted, my status is toast, like a Barnable scraped off the side of the coast. I cruised 18 summers through storms and through shine, poured my heart into their ports, called their shipyard mine, but they swapped out my rank for a spender's parade and left me feeling like a passenger they have betrayed. You're still welcome aboard," they grin with a wink, "but my loyalty's sinking, glug, glug, down it sinks." So here's to the cruisers, the faithful, the true, who sailed for the love, not for the bucks that you blew. We trusted their promise, we followed their star, but now we're just cargo, not who we are. Oh, Carnival, Carnival, why'd you switch track? You gave us the blues, and you ain't looking back. I call this one the Carnival Loyalty Blues. I had heard about the notorious poop cruise on the Carnival Triumph, but I didn't know the full story. I have to give props to Netflix. They really did an excellent job of showcasing like real actual footage from that cruise and paired it with like really funny and engaging perspectives from people that were actually on the cruise and crew members that were on the cruise. I hope you all check it out, so I don't want to spoil too much. But if you're like me, you're going to find that there's a lot more to this story than you expect. You get a glimpse into how people cope with food shortages on a cruise ship and how they endure appalling conditions, like really bad conditions. You also see a bit from the perspective of a CNN news anchor and how the choice to provide round-the-clock coverage unfolded. There's a chef from the ship who does a really good job of vividly describing the levels of disgustingness that everyone faced on this cruise. I guarantee his account's going to have you laughing. What makes this story so compelling is that it makes you laugh, sometimes it'll make you cringe, it'll make you feel angry at some people's selfishness, and you'll find hope in other people's generosity. It's an emotional roller coaster watching Trainwreck, and I couldn't recommend it more. You should check it out. Hey guys, if you liked this video, check out this other video that's on the screen right now. It's all about the new Carnival loyalty program that everybody's talking about right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And always remember, 7, no one thought it was cool. Everyone thinks you're dumb for doing it. No matter what destination you choose, no matter what cruise line you choose, adventure awaits.